All right, what is going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Week 7 predictions, man. We are officially 1/3 of the way through the NFL regular season. It's already flying by. So here we are with Week 7 predictions, man. We're going to get started with Thursday Night Football. We start off with the Denver Broncos at the Cleveland Browns. They are both 3-3. The Broncos started 3-0. Now they have been 0-3 the last 3 games. And now they go to Cleveland on a short week to face a very hurt Browns team that will have Case Keenum start. His first start in the Browns uniform.
Against his former team, too, the Broncos.
You are right. So,
the Browns are plagued with injuries. They're not going to have Baker Mayfield. They're not going to have Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt.
Or Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Or a lot of their defensive starters in general. They are plagued with injuries right now. Like, it's not even funny. It's not. And this matchup for the Browns...
Well, it's kind of funny for me.
Then you're a dick.
It's the Browns. Fuck the Browns.
Okay, but it's not cool to look at people fucking injured.
Obviously, I don't wish injury upon nobody, but, you know, I don't know. It's just me. I don't like seeing the Browns succeed.
Well, regardless, you know, the Broncos, they do have a chance to win this game, and I think they very well could. And although Keenum does have a familiar coach in Kevin Stefanski, since I think Stefanski was his quarterback coach when he had his breakout season with the Minnesota Vikings that one year, when he led them to the NFC Championship game. Keenum could have a nice performance against a pretty decent Broncos defense, but I feel like with all the injuries and all the star power that the Browns don't have right now because of the injuries, I think the Broncos could very well come out of Cleveland with a victory. So I'm going to go with Denver by a field goal, 23-20.
I can see the Broncos winning this. I really can, because the Browns are so hurt. But the Broncos have been very underwhelming the last 3 weeks, and the schedule only gets harder. And yeah, they're facing a very depleted Browns team, but I still got the Browns winning.
Okay.
I think Keenum does pretty solid starting in, and whoever they have at running back, I believe it's Ernest Johnson and Demetrius Felton, I believe, or Demetric Felton, excuse me, from UCLA. So I think they'll still be pretty solid, especially in the passing game. So give me Cleveland, 22-18.
Okay.
And plus, man, Myles Garrett's just a
train wreck.
So he's going to be a difference maker for sure. So give me Cleveland. Sunday games, though, we have the Panthers at the Giants. The Giants are just awful. The Panthers start similar with the Broncos. They started 3-0, and now they've been 0-3 the last 3 games. But they did show a lot of fight last week, pushing the game against the Vikings into overtime. And if they got the ball in their hands, who knows what could have happened in overtime. But I'm going to go with the Panthers because I don't like the Giants right now. They are hurt. They are just very poor. And I don't know what's going on with Joe Brady. Or Joe Judge, excuse me. So, yeah, give me the Panthers. 31-16.
I'm going to have to go with Carolina here. And it's funny because me and Danny expected a lot more from this Giants team, especially on the defensive side of the football. Like, the Giants defense hasn't really been able to do much at all. And, I mean, they got a stacked secondary. They got a stacked defense, but on the field, it's not equivalating to what could have been of the Giants, you know, and name-wise with who they got. The offense, I mean, Daniel Jones just doesn't seem to be the guy. Barkley's hurt. You know, the receivers are hurt. Like, they are plagued with injuries as well. And the Panthers, they still got a nice defense. They do. Darnold still looks pretty decent, even in loss. You know, I think Christian McCaffrey may be coming back in this game. And if that's the case, then, I mean, that's going to be tough for the Giants to handle in general. So I'm going to go with Carolina here, 29-18.
Next game, I think it's another no-brainer. We have the Jets at the Patriots. The last time these two teams met, Zach Wilson threw 4 picks. Could that be the same thing?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be either. I think the Jets play a little better in this matchup, though it is in New England. But just give me the Patriots. I think it's an obvious victory here. The Jets are still pretty poor. So give me New England, 27-20.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with New England. I mean, it's the Jets, you know. This should be a win. 20-14. I mean, the Patriots were able to be very competitive against the Dallas Cowboys of all teams. I think the Jets should be no problem.
Yeah, and they can sweep the Jets once again.
Yeah.
Next game, though, we have probably the game of the week, the game that everyone's definitely looking forward to. We're talking about 2 AFC elites, man. We have the Chiefs at the Titans. Titans just pulled off I guess, a quote-unquote upset against the Bills on Monday night. Derrick Henry is on fire right now, because when is he not? And the Kansas City Chiefs, man, they're looking very interesting, because Mahomes is throwing picks, man. He's starting to throw turnovers. That defense is awful. I mean, this could go either way.
It really could. You're right about that. See, with the Chiefs, though, you can never really count them out, even when they have a terrible defense, even when Mahomes has been making more mistakes than he usually has been, or has overall, really, in his career so far. The Titans, they're still a good team. I do feel that way. Tannehill, I think he could very well have a great game against that mediocre secondary of the Chiefs. Derrick Henry is going to be Derrick Henry, no doubt about that. But, the thing about the Titans is their defense is still mediocre, too, and they did lose Caleb Farley for the year to a torn ACL. So the cornerback group is still hurt.
It is so depleted.
It is. And with Kansas City's targets, I mean, that's going to be a big problem for Tennessee. The only thing that's going to have to help Tennessee is their pass rush, which has been pretty helpful at times, but it can be inconsistent at times too. It's just hard to bet against the Kansas City Chiefs when they're going up against a depleted and very lackluster defense. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs here to get a victory in a possible shootout, 30-27.
This is definitely going to be a shootout. This is going to be the one game everyone's going to target, especially us Steelers fans, since we're on a bye this week. So I'm still going to go Tennessee. What you said about the Titans defense, you could say something similar about the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because they haven't showed up, man. I'm going to go Tennessee. I'm going to go with a hot hand here. Derrick Henry, man, I think he has another big game. And I don't know what's up with the Chiefs, man. I just don't know. I'm not saying they're awful, because they're not. It's just, as of right now, they're looking a little...
they're a little over in their heads a bit, in some way,
A little bit. So, give me Tennessee. 33-31.
Okay.
Next game, we have the Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are looking real good right now. Washington's defense is looking suspect.
Very suspect.
So, I'm going to go with the Packers here. I don't know what's going on with the football team. Their offense shows some signs of promise. McLaurin, obviously Heineke, Antonio Gibson could get something going. I can see the football team getting something going offensively because, it's the Packers' defense. But God almighty, that Washington defense is just, what happened to it?
Yeah, it is not what the Washington football team defense was like in the later portions of last season.
No, because that front seven, talent-wise, is stacked. And then in the secondary, they picked up William Jackson in free agency, and he hasn't lived up to much. I don't know what's going on. So I got to go Packers here. The A-Rod and Adams connection. Maybe Aaron Jones finally gets something going this season. Give me Green Bay, 30-20.
I'm going to have to go with Green Bay at home. You said it yourself, Washington... We just don't know what to expect from Washington. We really don't, especially on the defense. And going up against A-Rod, it's going to be quite a challenge. So, Green Bay, 27-17.
Next game, we have the Falcons at the Dolphins. Both pretty, I'd say, bad teams.
Sad teams, really. Especially the Dolphins. To give the Jags their first win in 20 games in London, coming back to Miami, too, and going against Atlanta, I'm sorry, Miami, but I can't see you winning.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'll give Miami this. Tua looked pretty good last week against the Jags.
Outside of that costly interception.
Right.
In which I have no idea who he was targeting, where he was throwing, but it cost the Dolphins big time.
Yeah, it did. And could be the same against the Falcons defense, which is still suspect in itself. It's still pretty bad, but...
Even then, Tua hasn't really been looking too great. At least not yet. It could still take him time. We don't know. But Tua is not really looking like the type of quarterback that he was back in college. He's not. In Atlanta, they're not a great team by any means. They're not, especially on defense. But they got guys on offense that can get them points, that can get them on the board. And I think they can be able to do that against the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going to go with Atlanta here, 29-20.
I got to agree. I got to go Atlanta. I hope Kyle Pitts has another great game and helps me out in my fantasy. Let's go Atlanta 26-23.
Okay.
Next game, we have an AFC North bout, which will be another game to watch for sure because both teams are looking, I'd say, surprisingly good. And the reason why I say surprisingly is because the Bengals are the Bengals. And the Ravens, man, they've been plagued with injuries, but they're still 5-1 and have pulled off some crazy comebacks this season. And now these two teams collide, and they've had some really good games in the past, and it's like the rivalry could be renewed here. I got to go Baltimore.
Okay.
I like their odds here. Lamar's looking really good. Ravens are hot right now. It's going to be tough because that Bengals offense is really living up to its potential, especially Jamar Chase. Like, good Lord Almighty. It's like Burrow and Chase, that year off or the year and a half off, it's like it didn't even happen.
No.
Because they're just connecting like they did back in college, man.
LSU days, man, and that dynamic is arguably, even right now, one of the best in the league. Like, that dynamic is unstoppable. And it helps me in fantasy because I got Jamar Chase. He's one of my best receivers.
And against the Ravens secondary, it's been underwhelming. Yeah, I could see them definitely lighting something up.
I can definitely see this game being high scoring. The Bengals have looked much better. The offense has been striking. The offensive line hasn't really been much of an issue as of right now. But going up against the Ravens pass rush with Calais Campbell and Justin Houston, they got guys that can be able to get to Burrow and possibly even cause them to make mistakes. And Lamar Jackson's just been looking the best that he's ever looked in his career so far. Like, I've never seen Lamar Jackson be this dominant.
No.
Not even in his MVP year. Like, Jackson has really taken his career to the next level. I truly believe that. And it's only week 7. And that's the insane thing about Lamar Jackson. And he's still young. He's only... I know he's going to get better. And that's the scary thing about going up against Lamar Jackson. I don't know if the Bengals have a game plan. I don't. But somehow, someway, Lamar Jackson just finds a way to get out of it, to make plays and help his team win. And I think that's what's going to happen in this game against the Bengals. I think the Ravens do go to 6-1. I think they get the win in a very close game, 26-23.
I agree. I got to go Baltimore. I like their odds here better. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals pulled this off, but I got to go with the hot hand.
Right.
Ravens win 29-27. Next game, we have Lock of the Week. We have the revenge game for Goff and Stafford.
Mainly Stafford.
Yes, the one trade that pretty much stole the offseason was the Rams trading Jared Goff and however many picks to the Lions for Matthew Stafford. And it's benefited the Rams tremendously. A complete upgrade at quarterback.
Yeah.
While the Lions sit at 0-6.
And I think there's no doubt in many people's minds that the Lions are going to go 0-7. I'm sorry. I don't see the Lions getting many points against this Rams team, this Rams defense. Matthew Stafford is definitely going to want to have a great game against his former team. I could say the same thing about Jared Goff, but you're with the Lions. You only got one true target. And what are you going to do against a great Rams defense and secondary? Like, let's be honest. The Rams are going to win this. It's a blowout, 38-7.
Yeah, I got a bold prediction. I think Aaron Donald gets 4 sacks in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He gives Goff a warm welcome home, I suppose. Let's go Los Angeles, 41-6. It's Lock of the Week.
All right.
Next game, we have the Eagles at the Raiders. Raiders, after, the controversy and all that, they came out with a pretty dominating performance against the Broncos last week.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting at 4-2 while the Eagles are 2-4. I think they're better than what their record shows. They just got to get Miles Sanders going. And I don't know why the hell they refuse to do so.
Especially in the first half. Like, I don't think he's gotten more than 10 or even 15 attempts in the first half alone.
In each game.
Yeah. And it's sad because Miles Sanders is so good.
It's criminal. Every time he touches the ball, he gets like 5 yards.
And when he gets a lane, he's gone. Like, he is gone. He could benefit the Eagles so much. And he shows it almost every time he gets the ball.
And they got to get him going in this game.
If they want to try to win, that's what they're going to have to do because Jalen Hurts hasn't looked awful, but he hasn't looked great. He's only got one target, really, in Devontae Smith. I don't know if Dallas Goedert's going to be playing because I think he's still on the COVID list. They don't have Zach Ertz anymore since he went to Arizona. They traded him. The Eagles did to Arizona. Against this Raiders team, I feel like the Raiders are still a pretty decent team. I think that defense shows signs every now and then. Derek Carr looks pretty solid. He's still got great targets. Darren Waller, guys like that. I can see the Raiders winning here at home in Las Vegas. Let's go 31-24.
I can agree. I can see the Raiders winning this, but a part of me thinks Philadelphia's going to pull off the quote-unquote upset.
Okay.
Just something tells me Jalen Hurts is going to have a solid day, and Philadelphia is going to advance to 3-4. I mean, they need to. This is a true must-win for the Eagles, man. They can't sit at 2-5,
Especially with the NFC East standings.
Exactly. So, yeah, give me Philadelphia 23-17.
Okay.
Next game, we have another lock of the week.
Another revenge game, specifically for DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt.
You are so correct.
After the many years that they wasted on those guys' careers.
Oh my God, they're prime, man.
So much that they did for that organization, only for the organization to give full power to a dumb head coach and Bill O'Brien and waste their years, waste their prime.
And that's the Texans for you.
Trade everybody away. Like, what has that trade done for the Texans since trading away DeAndre Hopkins? David Johnson has not even been able to touch the ball like 10 times a game. I think he's the number 3 back. Because I think Mark Ingram and
Philip Lindsay
get more touches.
Reps. Yeah, that's just a shame, man. Texans at Cardinals. Cardinals are undefeated. They remain that way.
Like, come on. This is going to be a freaking blowout, dude. Like, Arizona, 42-3. Like, come on.
What was the largest blowout in modern history? It was the Patriots versus Titans in 2009. Brady threw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, Kerry Collins had a bad game.
Like 59-0. That's my score prediction.
Okay.
Arizona wins 59-0.
I can see it. This is definitely going to be a revenge game for Hopkins and Watt.
Good Lord Almighty. Next game, though, we have the Bears at the Bucks.
I just don't know what the Bears.
It's hard, man. Like, we know Nagy has the go, but the Bears show inconsistencies. So, like, you don't know what the Bears, man.
Like, Fields looks solid at times. Like, as of right now, I know he's a rookie, but there's times where he plays nice, but then there's times where he's bad. He's very inconsistent. That's basically what I'm trying to say. They don't have David Montgomery. At least I don't think they will in this game. They still have, what's his name, Khalil Herbert?
Yes.
Who's looked real solid the past 2 games.
Who he could get to start again unless, what's his name, Damian Williams, I believe.
If he's healthy enough, they may give him the nod. They may give him the start.
So they got, but we're talking about the Bucs rushing attack. I mean, it's probably the best in the league. So
I mean, there's no way you're getting through that front 7.
They're gonna have to get Fields going.
Fields gonna have to do something against that depleted secondary, but what's he really gonna do? The only target is Allen Robinson, but he hasn't really been himself lately. And that could be because of Matt Nagy's play calling. I don't know.
Yeah, he waters everything down. So give me the Bucs, man.
I mean, yeah, the Buccaneers are gonna win this. I can see the Bears being competitive, but I can't see them getting the win. I can't. Tampa Bay, 33-14.
Tampa Bay, 28-21. Now we have Sunday Night Football. We have the Colts at the Niners. Colts are trying to get back on a roll, 2-4, versus the Niners, who are coming off of a bye, but also 3 straight losses.
Yeah, and when it comes to the 49ers, coming off the bye, playing at home on Sunday night, I can't see them losing 4 straight. I can't. Especially when it comes to their division standings. You know, they have to get some wins. I mean, so do the Colts. And the Colts look like they're trying to get things together. But, you know, the Niners are just a difficult team despite their record. The Niners are still a good team. Their offense strikes at times, especially Deebo Samuel. He's having himself a breakout game. They breed running backs. Whoever you have behind there, they're going to have a pretty solid game. They're going to cause damage against whatever defense they're going up against.
And they should be able to get some starters back. Jimmy Garoppolo, Elijah Mitchell. The 49ers will be pretty stacked here to return home.
And that defense of theirs, although their secondary is depleted, their front 7, I think they're going to eat. Even against a very good Colts offensive line, they're definitely going to want to try to get to Wentz, because when Wentz is pressured, he makes mistakes, and that's something that could very well cost the Colts in this game. So I'm going to go with San Francisco to get the win here, try to get back on track. Let's go 27-20.
Agree, let's go San Francisco. I don't see them losing 4 straight, not in that division. Not under this, not with the roster, not with Shanahan, not under the circumstances.
No.
Let's go Niners, 26-24. Sunday Night Football. Close out Week 7, guys. We have Monday Night Football. We have the Saints at the Seahawks. Could the Seahawks go 2-5?
If I'm going to be honest, although they showed a lot of fight, a lot of heart against the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday Night Football. I can absolutely see them going 2-5. I can, because the Saints, I don't know what Jameis Winston we're going to get. You never know when it comes to Jameis Winston. 1 week he's great, 1 week he's the usual. But the Saints defense, it's top notch in my opinion. Like when the Saints need their defense to step up, they step up big time.
Especially when everyone's healthy against Geno Smith and they can try to stop Alex Collins because their running attack is still pretty decent, man.
Yeah, but the Saints defense is just very good. They come up clutch in the offense. If they can take advantage, I think they can get the victory right here.
You can't say the same for the Seahawks defense either.
No,
and this could be the game where Alvin Kamara has his best game of the season thus far.
He might.
Let's go New Orleans, 31-23.
I'm going to go with New Orleans. I'm going to say 24-17.
Anyway, guys, those are our Week 7 predictions, man. Give us your Week 7 predictions in the comments below. Enjoy the week of football as we will, because not only are the Steelers on the bye, also are the Bills, the Cowboys, the Jags, the Chargers, and the Vikings. A lot of teams on bye this week, but for those that are playing this week, good luck to your respective teams, man. Should be another fun week of football. We're going to enjoy it as we don't have to worry about the Steelers giving us another heart attack.
No.
And I think I speak for all Steelers fans when I say that. But give us your guys' predictions down below, man. Enjoy your guys' weekend. And see you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!